Hi, I'm Beth from My Tutoring Bee, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the surface area and volume of 3D shapes. I have a few examples for us, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, this is going to be a quick intro video, so be sure to check out the description below with links to my next videos that are coming up that actually go over specific examples with each of these types of shapes that we're talking about. But in this video, let's start off by talking about surface area versus volume. So when we are talking about surface area, we are thinking the outside. So if we are painting a box or painting the walls of a room, or if we are wrapping something or covering something. So we are thinking about those 2D faces. So those flat surfaces of our three-dimensional shape. So with this rectangular prism right here, I'm shading in all of those flat two-dimensional surfaces. So imagine that we're painting the outside of this box with all of these different colors of paint. So that's what I want us to be thinking about. Now, if we're just painting the outer walls, let's call these just these, the front, the back, the right, and the left sides of this rectangular prism, then that would be the lateral surface area. However, if we want to include the total surface area, then we want to include that top lid of the box, I guess we could think of it as well as the bottom or the floor of the box. So those are all, this box is still empty inside, but we have just covered all of the surfaces of this box. So that's what we're talking about with surface area. And that is a two-dimensional unit of measurement because we are measuring the length and the width of each of these rectangular surfaces. Now, when we're talking about volume, we are talking about inside a container. So how much can a container hold, let's say of liquid, if we're pouring a liquid in? So let's pretend that we have this cylinder here and we want to use it as a vase for some flowers, right? So we've got our flowers in here and we need to fill it with water to keep those flowers alive. So we're going to then pour in the water into the vase. So when we are measuring volume, we're measuring how much capacity is inside this cylinder. How much water can it hold? Another thing that we're going to be talking about in this series of videos is nets. And this is specifically helpful when we're talking about surface area. So if we have, let's say this box right here, and we imagine it's a cardboard box and we want to flatten it out. So we're going to cut apart this box at some of the edges and flatten it out into this shape. So this is what we call a net. So it just shows the 2D surfaces, all of those flat surfaces of the rectangles that create this box. So even though this is a 3D shape, when we're talking about surface area, we are talking about the two-dimensional surfaces of those three-dimensional shapes. So that's why I feel like it gets a little bit confusing for some students. Let's also talk about some vocabulary terms that we're going to cover in this series. The first vocabulary term is vertex, and the plural of that is vertices. So a vertex or multiple vertices is a single point where the edges of a three-dimensional shape, three-dimensional figure meet, right? So it's that point, it's the corner of our shape that we're talking about. Another vocabulary term that we're going to talk about is the edge. Okay, so the edge are the lines, those places where the faces of our 3D figures meet. So they are full lines from corner to corner, from vertex to vertex. And then the last vocabulary term that we are going to talk about is the faces. So the face is that two-dimensional, that length by width shape that creates that surface that we are talking about, specifically when we are finding surface area. So the area, we know, we've talked a lot about this in my previous videos, is length times width, or how many two-dimensional one by one squares can fit inside of these shapes. So that's what we're talking about with the faces. We're finding the area of the faces of these three-dimensional shapes. We're going to be talking about how to find the total surface area and volume of things like this type of 3D shape, a triangular prism. Have all of these different formulas that were given, but sometimes some of the letters in the formulas can be very confusing. For example, if we are trying to find the total surface area of this triangular prism, let's take a quick look at this reference sheet. Now, I have a lot of students that I tutor in Texas, and they take the STAR test. That's what their state test is called. It would be different in different states across the U.S., but typically most of the state tests would have some sort of reference sheet that has all of these formulas that we would need for these tests. And so this is an example of one of those formula sheets. So let's take a look. Here we have the surface area section. We know that it's a prism, and we're asked to find the total surface area. Okay, great. So then that is our formula right there. We've got S equals PH plus 2B. So when I'm working with students, they'll look at that and they'll go, okay, great. That's the formula that I need. Now, what does that mean? Some of these formulas can be really confusing for some of the students that I work with. I see it happen all the time. So if that's happening to you or your student, then don't feel alone. We're going to cover in all of these next videos coming up exactly what each of these formulas mean, where we get that information from. We're given a lot of information in these three-dimensional shapes. So I'm going to show you exactly what each of these letters mean and where we find that information so that we can make sure that we are calculating the appropriate surface area and or volume for all of these three-dimensional shapes. So again, take a look in the description below. I've got all of the links to those videos there for you, as well as a link to my entire pre-algebra series, which covers all the typical skills that you would see in a pre-algebra class. So check that out as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and what you're looking forward to learning about next, and I'll see you next time.